What's going on, guys? It's your boy Sleazy here, and it wouldn't be the start of a new week if we didn't have some hilarity to cover with Disney and Disney Star Wars and the Acolyte series that's been an utter disaster for Disney in every way, shape, or form. But it's like Disney can't figure out how to win for anything. It's bad enough that they're now sitting at a 13% audience score. A 13%. Not only is it the lowest of the low, it's getting even worse. I covered it when it was at 20%. I covered it when it was at 15%. And I even covered when it went to 14%. When it went lower than the Disney Star Wars Christmas special that George Lucas made and wants to erase from the face of the planet. It's gotten worse at 13%. But why am I specifically looking at Forbes instead of Rotten Tomatoes for this? Because it kind of ties into something that that we're about to take a look at here. So they go into how the score keeps falling. The vision of what the galaxy far, far away should look like differs wildly from one person to the next. That's a top-down problem in many respects. Disney's sequel trilogy was a jumbled mess. Even its various creators couldn't agree on where the story was going, let alone what this new, revived version of Star Wars ought to become. I'm still baffled that Kathleen Kennedy and J.J. Abrams and the rest of the sequel trilogy shot callers didn't come up with a coherent three-movie story from the get-go. But we saw late last week how they didn't blame Kennedy or Abrams. They went after Gabe Filoni. And justifiably so, because all these years we've heard, oh, Filoni's the lore master. Filoni knows everything. Filoni knows how the lore is supposed to be. And as much as I absolutely am disgusted by Kathleen Kennedy and J.J. Abrams, it is Filoni that has been behind all of this, talking to everybody, telling everybody everything they need to do, and how to destroy the old lore and make this new, warped, twisted, bloated, disgusting Disney Star Wars. But all this to say, because everything we've heard from every creators, how diverse it's going to be, how much they need to virtue signal, how much they're going to lead the charge in making everything equal for everybody while trying to avoid helicopter rides. Because what came out of all that pandering and virtue signaling from Disney. Pay difference between men and women on the Acolyte show. Disney's force still favors men. Still favors men. That's right. For all of Disney's pandering behind the scenes, they tried not to let everybody know that they don't believe it. They don't believe it at all. It's all a grip to try and sell their shitty diversity stories, hoping that'll take off and everybody will ignore that they're just lying about everything. They lie about everything. They lied about how this was the best Star Wars. Every time this is going to be the best Star Wars ever. They even wrote articles about how the creators of the Acolyte said this was going to be the most gay representative series ever. And then when everybody says it resonated with them, they flipped the script and said, well, no, this isn't actually a gay story. This isn't meant to represent anybody. You shouldn't feel represented by this because of the 13% audience score. Well, now come to find out, they're not even paying everybody equally, which, if you're going to ask me, no one should be paid equally across the business because there are different jobs with different requirements. And it totally negates the people who actually work, who actually put in effort. And when you pay somebody who actually puts in effort and actually tries and does a good job with somebody who doesn't, nobody gives a damn about anything anymore. Why would I do the extra work? Why would I do the manual labor? I'm going to get paid the same as someone else. But that's something the virtue signalers trying to push that maybe don't quite understand, but the companies who have to write these and have to make these hiring decisions and have to pay these people, they still understand that, which is why they can't get around their virtue signaling. So here we go. Reed states that filing from April 2023 shows that when the production was in full swing, There were almost 700 employees working on the Acolyte. How are there so many? How are there so many? Maybe that's why it's got a multi-$100 million budget. And it looks like absolute garbage. Of those employees, only 30% were identified as female. So there's not a they're not equally hiring people. And the hourly pay was 19.4% lower than that of the male employees. Well, to be fair, if we're going to talk, most of the women were on the sidelines just seal clapping, and that's all they did. So I can understand that. But how are we able to get these numbers so quickly? How is it that we didn't have to wait for somebody to leak this information? Oh, right. It's because they wanted the tax break because they didn't want to pay their taxes because they've lost $11 billion. They don't want to pay taxes, so they go overseas. Oh my God. Whoa, whoa, mind blown. When billion-dollar companies don't want to pay taxes, they go overseas so they don't have to pay taxes. Oh my God, it's only the same thing we've been saying for decades is all everybody says we need to tax the rich more. Let's avoid the discussion that if we taxed everybody who was considered air quotes rich, it would not fund the US government for a single year. There's never enough of somebody else's money. It's time to cut spending. But anyway, back to the entertainment topic here. Yes, that we found out that Disney does not actually believe in equal pay for everybody, does not believe in equal hiring, and does actually just a virtue signal and not actually care about anything that the people they hire are pandering to. Not a single damn is given. But it's funny that Elon Musk comes out and slams Lucasfilm boss for killing Star Wars with woke propaganda, more deadly than the Death Star. That's kind of cringe. Elon, that's a little bit cringe. I gotta call you out on that one. But no, even Elon Musk is like, yeah, this is the stupidest stuff I've ever seen. It's cringy diversity garbage that's pushed and nobody wants to see it. And as cringe as he says it's more deadly than Death Star, he's not wrong. But he specifically calls out Kathleen Kennedy on this one. She's more deadly than the Death Star, he wrote as he posted on Twitter that pictured Kennedy as the franchise killer alongside the Empire death machines. Is this actually linked? I want to see this. I did not see this. No, I'm not digging through Elon's tweets. It's going to take too much time. Too much time. But it's pretty bad when the TISM from SpaceX and Twitter comes out and says, "Man, this is really bad." The man from Tesla who works on electric cars, the man who should be idealized by the wokies for what he's doing for electrical vehicles, completely ignoring that they're more environmentally unfriendly than your gasoline vehicles, but hey, it's what they wanted. Even he is like, this is absolute garbage. But guys, that's going to be it for this video. Again, YouTube is doing some nasty things to my channel. So a like is fantastic. A sub is even better. But a share would greatly help me out. So make sure you do all those things for me, guys. I appreciate it. And until the next one, be easy like sleazy.